Kim Kardashian is getting hate right now because her Skims loungewear brand is deemed not bodily inclusive enough. She just released a new campaign where all of these models are wearing bras and panties, bikinis and stuff like that, and none of them are fat enough, and everyone's really angry about it because there aren't enough fat models, basically. That's something that we deem a first world problem right there.
Yeah.
And it's not even valid because I went through these promotional materials and I definitely saw some overweight models. She is towing the line. However, they're more on the thin side. None of them are actually stick thin because that wouldn't even look like Kim Kardashian. They all have to look somewhat like Kim Kardashian to represent her brand. But on another note, Kim Kardashian only hours ago posted a picture of her wearing a corset where her waist is, as they say, snatched to the gods. This is a new term for you.
I had never heard such a thing before.
Her waist was snatched, okay? And she posted this picture and immediately everyone was tearing her apart.
Here's the photo, if you guys are wondering.
Yeah, they're saying that this is promoting rib removal.
Oh, shut up, you dorks.
They're saying that she allegedly has taken 2 or 3 of her ribs out in order to fit herself into a corset. And also, this isn't promoting a good image for her daughters. She's promoting a negative body image for the world that her daughters are going to grow up in. And
how is this not
tragedy.
How is this not just body shaming going the other way?
I mean, I just think it's ironic that when Kim Kardashian gets surgical alterations on every square inch of her body, nobody says anything. Or if they do, they celebrate it and say, "You do you, queen." But then the second that she wears a corset, which has all of this baggage attached to it about, you know, women being forced to wear them, that's when everybody starts crying and soiling themselves.
This is a sign of how privileged we are in the West, that this is the stuff that we complain about. In fact, most of what we talk about on this show, which is what I love about it, is like, it is a sign. The things that we get angry about, the things that upset us, are a sign of just how little we truly deal with in the West.
Agree. But at least if you're going to criticize Kim Kardashian,
yeah,
there are plenty of valid reasons to do so, but they always choose the dumbest ones. One comment said, "This is how you look when you take 2 or more ribs out. This is not a great image for your girls." Another one said, "Her organs are displaced. This is cruel to the human anatomy." Where are her organs?
I used to make that joke on here, and Mary thought I was kidding when I said that people actually said that. But people actually say that. That's a thing people say. Where are her organs?
It's more associated with like characters that are in comic books or in video games. And if they have too small of a waist, where are her organs?
Oh my goodness.
Someone please find her organs.
Also, there's going to be, forever, this will be a thing where women will look at women who have the body that they want, who have perfected the look that they want, and they don't look at it with any amount of desire to match it. What they want is to tear you down and say that you're promoting unrealistic beauty standards, whereas men look at men who get, you know, in shape and they're like, awesome, I wish I could do that. I want to do that. I want to be in shape like that dude, right? Women just have this need to tear each other down when it comes to this stuff because it shines a light on their insecurities.
Yeah, we just have different brains, I guess. That's the reason why the body positivity movement even started in the first place. But then, interestingly, Anya TaylorJoy just yesterday posted a picture of herself also wearing a corset.
Oh, that was the one I showed earlier. I didn't show Kim, or I showed Anya.
Anya TaylorJoy also posted this picture because she wore a corset to the premiere of Dune 2. And now she is getting a whole slew of even more backlash for the same reason. Some of her comments here. "Can we not normalize starvation? Anya, I love you, but please don't post things that could be dangerous for impressionable young fans to see."
Again, these people don't want you to strive for anything. They want you to be lazy, sedentary, and miserable, just like they are.
Another one said, "Anya, I love you, but this looks so pro-Anna, so pro-anorexia." She's literally promoting anorexia, guys. Another one said, "Poor form. This should not be promoted. See history of corsets. history of death associated from corsets,
Shut up.
and why we are women, not little toys for boys to measure and compare our waists.
You are the ones measuring and comparing each other. Men look and go, hot.
Another one said, do you realize how corsets are hurtful for women's health and should not be promoted? Another one said, are your ribs okay? Could you breathe? Like, honestly wondering. Smiley face.
I just want them to look. I don't care if you promote stuff that isn't healthy for you. I don't care if a woman wants to take pictures of herself smoking and saying, go do it. I don't give a crap. You don't owe anyone shit on your platform.
That is funny. Like, Anya TaylorJoy has had paparazzi take photos of her smoking on a curbside. No one was commenting, like, how dare you promote lung cancer to your young, impressionable fans.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, like,
but the second that it has anything to do with body standards, that's when they lose their minds.
Yep.
And also, there's a lot of pseudoscience and a lot of pseudo history surrounding corsets in general. It's just funny because when women stopped wearing corsets, they just wanted to impose these same dimensions on themselves by going under the knife.
Yep.
It would actually be better for us to wear corsets than to do whatever Kim Kardashian is doing to achieve these insane, unnatural proportions that she didn't have before.
It's your right as a famous person to do whatever the hell you want within the confines of the law. And if it's unhealthy for people, who cares?
Okay, look. If today Kim Kardashian made an Instagram post where she posted all of this plastic surgery results and she said, everyone should go get plastic surgery. It's a good thing. I love it. You should try it too. And there are no consequences.
Darwin Award.
Everyone should get plastic surgery. Everyone should go on Ozempic. Everyone should get BBLs. If she posted that today, I would say that's wrong. I would.
Okay.
But I don't think it's wrong to post a picture of yourself wearing a corset. I don't think that that actually is morally objectionable. There are plenty of things that Kim Kardashian has done, the beginning of her career, most importantly, that are morally objectionable. But this isn't it.
One of my favorite things that I saw recently was this. We are so screwed here in the West, guys, when it comes to your propaganda. More Americans taking Ozempic will boost the U.S. economy, says Goldman Sachs.
I mean, it'll boost the big pharma corporations.
Chair. Yes.
Chair is looking really skinny today, almost non-existent.
Chair, you are a skinny king,
legend.
Skinny king, skinny queen. I have no idea.
Chair is non-binary.
Chair, it's okay. All I'm saying right now is like with all of these things, it's your.
Usually, when people say you need to use your platform for good, what they mean is you need to post about activism, you need to post about social justice, and you need to promote my pet causes. That I find abhorrent, but I do believe that you shouldn't use your platform to promote like actually mutilating your body.
It would have been hilarious if Kim Kardashian, who recently was posting a thing about trying to get somebody off death row, if Kanye was like, I'm actually super pro death penalty.
Yeah.
Like,
just to be spiteful.
Just to be spiteful. Like, I'm here for it. Like, I'm sick of advocating for good causes. I say you advocate for what makes you happy. And if that's a bad cause, so be it. It's our job to figure out whether you're right or not.
It's like she's not promoting anything, though. I feel like just by existing and not being fat, you're going to be accused of promoting eating disorders. Also, like, if you just exist while skinny, that is a crime. That is a sin against our God of body positivity.
And they've reframed the argument so that when you shame them for being overweight, telling them that they're going to die of heart disease and have a massive coronary in their 40s, they're going to say, first of all, those stats are wrong, and the argument's changed about that. So they've reframed it so that when they insult you for being skinny, there's all sorts of societal evidence that tells them that they're right. Ooh, look into the history of this. It's problematic. But when you say, yo, do you know any like fat old people? They're like, that's problematic, right? So you cannot push back. Only they're allowed to do that.
I love that Blair White video where it's just like,
dead.
That body positivity influencer, dead. That activist, also dead.
Yep.
Like, and there are like 10 examples because they were the ones trying to tell the media that being 500 pounds is actually healthy.
I just saw something the other day about somebody going to FatCon.
Oh yeah, FatCon. That happened like a month ago.
Yeah.
What was the point of FatCon? Is it just like fat people hanging out together? Eating together?
It's a big event.
There's got to be a lot of food.
Yeah.
The catering is going to be off the charts.
I just look at all this stuff and I really do think that For the people who like to talk about everyone being privileged, maybe it would be good for us as a society to recognize that our ability to complain about these things means that we are also of the most privileged people in the world. Even if perhaps you're not a straight white male, you're still very, very privileged. Because you can literally send a message to a famous celebrity and scold them. Like, never before in history were you allowed to just scold celebrities based on your pet cause. Mm-hmm. Unless if you did,
I mean,
you had
it's
to
not
write
like
a letter.
they're listening.
Yes.
Right? Most of the time.
Yep.
They're not looking at your comments, so what's the point? You're screaming into the void. Do you lend credence to the argument that the body positivity movement might have been necessary to correct for the way the media talked about people like Britney Spears or Nicole Richie back in the early 2000s?
No, I think everybody should just deal with it.
Because, like, I saw this thread over the weekend saying many of you don't understand that body positivity became a thing because in the 2000s, you were considered disgustingly fat if you looked like this. And then it was a photo of Britney Spears from her VMAs performance in 2007, where she had her kids. She had gained a little bit of weight, but she definitely wasn't overweight. And all of the media was kind of dragging her at that point, saying that she let herself go.
No man ever looked at Britney Spears and thought that. I saw people talking about this over the weekend too. Sorry.
Except for Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
Except for him.
And women. And no man
and gay
in
men.
his right mind, no straight man in his right mind ever thought that.
Carnell said, when a drag queen wears a corset, it's always Yas Queen. When Kim wears one, everyone loses their minds.
Yep.
Yeah, and corsets coming back as a trend would definitely be a cool thing. I like the aesthetic. But also she points out, that photo of Jessica Simpson where she's like a size 6 and everyone was calling her fat because it was in like 2004.
Again, who? People in magazines? The elite class of people that get to do that? There was no social media at this time.
Right, that makes it much different.
It was not the average everyday person
And then
doing
Nicole
that.
Richie, she was known as the fat one when she was on The Simple Life with Paris Hilton. And then she later had an eating disorder that got pretty severe, and then they would concern troll about her in the media and be like, she's looking sickly, she needs help. They would overanalyze every body fluctuation.
Now you're allowed to yell at people for doing that, and you should do your best to stop people from having eating disorders, but you're not allowed to stop we don't go, like, the average person isn't going to go onto a mukbang video and be like, stop doing that. Because they're going to tell you, let them do what they want, right? Mm-hmm. So if it's unhealthy to have an eating disorder by not eating or throwing it up, how is it any different the other way? There's no middle ground because the media doesn't promote middle ground. And I would argue that back in the day, it was not everyday people who were calling Nicole Richie or Britney Spears fat. It was the media.
But it's overall a message that gets imbibed by the public. And I gotta be honest, if we're picking between two toxic body norms or body standards, I think it would be better if people wanted to be really skinny than wanting to look like Kim Kardashian, because there's only one way that you can do that, going into surgery, right?
Yep.
It's better for people to just want to be skinny.
There's also a financial barrier to the Kim Kardashian one that makes it automatically different for a lot of people, whereas the other one does not, right? And it's only going to affect those with the finances to actually do that.
I just think it was preferable, at least in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, well, it's I just look at this stuff and I'm just like, we in the West are just so lucky to be able to complain about all that we complain about, even on the show on a daily basis. I just think it's important to, take stock of that because we have it very good here.
True.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.